The Gel article stated that a secret program to transfer suspended terrorists to foreign countries for interrogation has been carried out by the Central Intelligence Agency, according to current and former government officials. The article stated that a senior United States official had provided a detailed description of the program and quoted the official as claiming that the intelligence obtained by those rendered, detained, and interrogated had disrupted terrorist operations. The senior official added, "It has saved lives in the United States and abroad, and it has resulted in the capture of other terrorists." B. Senior CIA officials discussed need to put out our story to shape public and congressional opinion prior to the full committee being briefed. In early April 2005, Redacted, chief of Alex Station, asked CTC officers to compile information on the success of the CIA's detention and interrogation program in preparations for interviews of CIA officers by Tom Brokaw of NBC News. As Redacted remarked in a same-time communication with Deputy CTC Director Philip Mudd, during World War II, the Pentagon had an Office of War Information, whereas the CIA's predecessor, the Office of Strategic Services, did not. Redacted then noted that we need an OWI at least every now and then. According to Mudd, concerns within the CIA about defending the CIA's detention and interrogation program in the press were misplaced. Maybe people should know we're trying to sell their program. If they complain, they should know that we're trying to protect our capability to continue. We're not just out there to brag. They don't realize that we have few options here. We either get out and sell or we get hammered, which has implications beyond the media. Congress reads it, cuts our authorities, messes up our budget. We need to make sure the impression of what we do is positive. We must be more aggressive out there. We either put out our story or we get eaten. There is no middle ground. Mudd counseled not to advertise the discussions between CIA personnel and the media with the CIA workforce because they'd misread it. After Redacted promised to keep the media outreach real close hold, Mudd wrote, "Most of them, CIA personnel, do not know that when the Washington Post New York Times quotes senior intel official, it's us, authorized and directed by OPA. Redacted sent a draft compilation of plot disruptions to Redacted CTC Legal to determine whether the release of the information would pose any legal problems. According to CIA attorneys, information on Issa al-Britani posed no problems because it was sourced to the 9/11 Commission. They also determined that the information about Iman Faris and Sajid Badat that was sourced to press stories posed no legal problems because Faris had already pled guilty and Badat was not being prosecuted in the United States.